You already know, man. Thug broke the internet, man. Thug broke the internet. Him and Big Banks, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, man, we're gonna get some things straight real quick, y'all. They wildin' out here, brothers and sisters. They going crazy out here right now. I just want to get into it real quick, man. A lot of this Young Thug stuff is like kind of all over the place. People saying he need therapy, and it do it look like he's hurt. In one point, look like he's hurt. Then it also looks like he might be trying to take accountability for some of this stuff that he done. He's pointing the finger at a lot of people. That's part of that movement. And I want to say this stuff the correct way. And a lot of them things that he was saying had loopholes in it. A lot of it had loopholes in it. And 1 minute he's saying Gunna is like his little brother. He basically, had to show Gunna things and hold Gunna down and make sure he was all right. Now, my quick question is, was Gunna really out there in the streets thugging and doing a bunch of what they're accused of, allegedly gang stuff, wilding and fighting and shooting or whatever you want to call it? I'm trying to figure if he really was a part of any of that. And for Thug to say that that was his little brother, he looked at him like a little brother and loved him to death and all of the above. Why he couldn't get a pass if Fung can get a pass? His blood brother. And it's like it goes back to when he was trying to say that Gunna took the plea first. And he was standing on it. Gunna took that plea first. Gunna, so everybody else, whoever else took it, I ain't really care because you might as well stand on it. This man then took the plea and said that we are a gang. So if they took it, what's the difference? But come to find out, and I'm thinking while I'm listening to the interview, like, yo, didn't his brother go first? My bad. So yeah, come to find out, his brother already took the plea. His brother took the plea before Gunna did, and he was standing on it hard on Big Bank Show, saying, "Man, listen, man, that man took the plea, man. He gonna end all of this stuff over a piece of paper that could have got me a life sentence." So if his brother took the plea and he forgave his brother for him a life sentence, him know wrong on Big Bank Show, said it wrong because he said if Gunna took the plea already, everybody else, if they do take the plea, it is what it is at this point. So I ain't gonna be mad at them. So now should he reverse his roles of being mad at Gunna now because his brother took the plea first? So being that his brother took the plea first, Gunna followed behind the brother. So he shouldn't be mad because he said that anybody that else that did it and followed behind Gunna, I ain't even gonna be mad at him. It is what it is. So now that right there should give him a whole other thought process of saying, damn, so my brother did take the plea first. Damn, man. Maybe I should fall back from being mad at Gunna. And if he know that Gunna is not a street dude, and that's his little bro, and he haven't been doing no street activities with you, he's just around repping the YSL name, and he is an artist at the end of the day. knowing he's a college dude, just because he might have got locked up selling some weed or whatever in college and all that, that don't justify nobody to be a street dude. That don't justify the right of us to say, well, he should have held it down. Out of your team, any dude that regulate that is the boss of a team, you could pretty much know who will be a stand-up dude in these times of police stuff, and they got everybody locked up together. You pretty much might know who might gonna say something. And if they ain't really have Gunna like all the way to the right, why you wouldn't have give him a pass, which would have been a smart move, because your brother went home. I get it. You want your mom to feel a little bit at ease, but you still would have been in there, but should have been at ease that he home. But what would still be the difference if you looked at Gunner like a brother? You said you spent more time with him more than you did even your kids. And I'm saying this to say, but to when you in those clutches and you in there as a team, y'all got to maneuver. Somebody got to sacrifice and say, "Yo, I'm a sit, man. You go ahead and handle that." I've been in that situation before. One of my little homies, he told him everything was his, so me and the other seven can go. It's documented, Kingston, New York, where I met my bro Pistol Pete at. And I'm only using Pistol Pete name so y'all can understand. If y'all gonna research it, research it. But the little homie, he told him everything was his. It was seven of us locked up. It was in the newspaper, everything. And they had to let the rest of us go. But when I got out, I made sure I got him a lawyer and got him probation and got up out of there. That's how we maneuver. So I'm saying that to say then, it could have been a power move to let Gunner do it too. But come to find out now, Gunner did it second. And if he ain't a thorough, he's not a real street dude, then that means a lot of this stuff that Gunner inherited was because of him looking up to Thug as a big brother and as the boss of the label that he signed with, even if it is a gang. If he wasn't doing gang activity that was bringing in bread for them and going out shooting at people and all of the above, then he ain't no street nigga, and he ain't nobody where you could say um you should expect for him to hold it down. You should have gave him a pass as well. Also, you said when he got out, you did so much for him. When he got out, he difficulty again, man. But I was saying, you're saying that Gunner went to his mother first, to his own mom's first, instead of going to Thug's mother first. And he said, I took care of your mother. Why would you go and see her instead of going to see my mom's first? See, a lot of that talk right there sounds like selfishness. A lot of it make it sounds like you upset that he got out and is able to maneuver. I don't even want to say what everybody else saying. They saying you mad because his album is out or he's doing good numbers with his album. He's moving around successful. He ain't even answering back. So you are talking uh, in a hate or jealous mode, and or according to Lil Woody, is you are Thug is upset that nobody's siding with him now, and he don't have control over everything the way he did when he was looked at as that giant on the pedestal. So a lot of people is trying to figure out what's the difference. A lot of people is trying to figure out why he's so hard embedded it on Gunna. Also, he's saying Gunna did something with what so they found some drugs in the car. Gunna's told him it's not his, and that's supposed to and it was just Gunner and Thug in the car. So Thug's supposed to be mad that he said it wasn't his, and that means that who else would it be if it's just them two in the car? So he's trying to insinuate that basically Gunner getting the thing pushed off of him, and now he's gonna go have the police looking at Thug because he's in the car. And that's not true. That's not how that works. That don't stipulate that he's saying that Thug it belongs to Thug. He's just saying it's not his. He is in a car that's not don't belong to him. And in all naturality, they were saying that it was Thug's stuff. It was Thug's stuff. But what if it wasn't Thug's stuff? Somebody else could have had the car. Thug could have let somebody hold the car. Then he had to go make a run. Told Gunna, "Come on, man, ride with me real quick." And they riding, and some stuff is found in the car. Thug would be looking like, "Yeah, that ain't mine. How it get in my car?" As well as all normal reaction anybody would say, "That ain't mine." And where I come from, if we don't have a discussion before we ride now, it's yours or wood. I'm not taking no weight for it. If we don't have that discussion, then you as a real man gotta go ahead and be like, "Yo, it's mine, man. I can't let him go down for what's mine." It don't matter if you the boss or not. If you didn't have that discussion with the person you are riding with, work that way just because you told the police it ain't yours. If the police asked me about some work in a car, what was he supposed to say? Oh, I don't know nothing about that. It's the same thing as saying it ain't mine. I got it with my friend in his car. That's just common sense. That don't mean he told on Thug because Thug the only one in the car. People were saying stuff like that in the comments. Yeah, they ain't saying how he was riding in the car with you and they found drugs. And then he told him it ain't yours. And then you and him is the only one in there. Who else would it be then after that? That's so stupid. Anybody could have been driving that car and left that work in there. That don't mean he's saying that it's Thug's. He didn't say that's his work, that's his drugs. He didn't say none of that. He just said it ain't mine. And look how quick somebody want to throw a rat or a snitch allegation on somebody. That don't even make sense logically, man, at all. And then Thug proceeded to say, telling the case about his brother, how his brother's so thorough that he held it down for a unalive charge with his homeboys, his brother and his brother's best friends. He held it down. He only really got convicted because he wouldn't tell, and he was started going to tell the story how they had the Unful homeboys had him and Thug's mother car, and they had some smoke or whatever. They called him to tell him to bring him the toast, bring him the tool. And then they had one that said that he did the actually did the shooting, but it wasn't true because he was in the house sleep when that actually happened. But he started proceeding to say they had called him and told him, yo, bring my tool outside, man. We getting ready to go take care of something and all that. He's saying the brother saying he ain't take no tool out there, regardless. He said, but my brother to this day never told me if he did. And then Thug proceeded to say, but yeah, when he took him the gun, when he took him the tool outside, then they left. My brother didn't go with them. So now right there sound crazy for you to even say it like that. When he took them, should have just said when he allegedly got supposed to had took them. Not saying it as if he really did. He didn't even say alleged or nothing. Like, and I'm saying this to say this whole trial thing might, I mean, this whole interview might get him sparked back up with getting his probation revoked. Him coming out and being in his feelings, even if he felt Gunna did him wrong, he still shouldn't have been out talking, who's a rat, this a rat, that a rat, this a rat. Especially knowing he did an interrogation room joint. A real gangster don't talk to the police, period. It doesn't matter. So, all the stuff he's saying, he was trying to holler at the lady, like really like really trying to bag the police for, to get a date with her, is what he's saying. With technical difficulty, people, my bad, my bad. Coalition TV, what up? But yeah, for him saying a lot of these things that he's saying, man, could spark up a quick. They want to violate him and saying he's out here indulging with going back and forth on videos and saying certain stuff that is contributing to gang movement that could really get him into something real serious with the people. He got to be careful with all the stuff that he's doing and saying. And he said in an interview that was a long, long interview, and a lot of people saying like his emotions is bigger than him being mad that Gunna really signed that paper. His main focus is mostly on Gunna with that heartfelt stuff. He said a few things about Woody. Woody counteracted on one of his shows and said that ain't real. That's not true. Thug is definitely lying with a lot of stuff, and it showed a lot of things where he might have been lying at. Especially saying he didn't even get to talk to his brother about his charge. That I'm not saying that that's a lie, but meaning what the plea deal was actually for. But he was real adamant that his brother didn't go first. Like that's a big thing, man. That's a big thing because his brother actually went first. And there's a lot of other key factors in there that he was saying. I'm trying to think of this other one, man, that he said that was just not good to be put out there under the heat that he has on him right now until this 15 years, whatever it is up. That's a long time, man. That's a long time. But I'm trying to figure, saying that YSL is a gang and that could have got him a life sentence. That didn't scare him when telling that to his brother. He was willing to gamble with that. It looked like he was willing to gamble with that. So now, being that he found out his brother went first, maybe he got to reevaluate him being mad at Gunna, because he said Gunna went first, and the people that was second, he ain't really mad at them because the one already did it, so it's already in the air. So if it's in the air already, now it was in the air when your brother did it first. So now you know this for a fact. People done went and checked the paperwork and the time stamps on it and all that. It has showed that the brother went first. So should Gunna get a pass? Please, y'all drop that in the comments and let me know. Should Gunna get a pass? Thug don't shouldn't be being mad at him, being that he looked at it the other way around when he thought Gunna was first. Like, come on, man. This whole situation should have just been avoided by Thug just come home, focus on music. He said he can't focus on music because he ain't got his friends. His friends ain't around him and all that. I guess because they say he can't be around any known gang members and all that. So a lot of them is his friends. But you as a man, as a boss, gotta just stand up and be like, man, all right, well, I gotta get to this bread. I ain't worrying about none of this friend stuff. But you put more focus on being on their Twitter and twittering about certain things, who's a rat and all of the above, man. But also, like I was saying, if you in somebody's car, that doesn't mean if they say that ain't mine when the police find it. That's a natural human reaction, especially when it ain't yours. And I'm not going back and forth with the police about that. It ain't mine. And then what I'm gonna do is look over at the person who it belongs to and see how he carry it. And he's driving the vehicle, so whoever's driving the vehicle is responsible for it regardless. Now, when everybody don't take the weight for it, that's when they lock everybody up and want people to start. Either you got to fight to get out of it in court, because because they're gonna tie you into it, and y'all figure out whose it is. Which the person might, that's the passenger might got better win because I was just riding with my boy. That's not my vehicle. I can't say what's in that car. Now, if it was Gunner's, then he got all right to be mad. Yo, that was Gunner's stuff, and he ain't even take it. He told me he didn't know whose it was. Now that's different if it went down like that, but it didn't, and it's said to be known that it was Thug. So why Thug ain't taking? So how could he be mad at him about that too? That doesn't even make sense. But I'm guessing he's saying he forgave him for that, overlooked it. All right, cool. But a lot is going on with this case, and I mean with this interview, and a lot is getting ready to go on with him having that 15 years. And these prosecutors is going to try him again. They just tried him for some silly mess that they tried him for, foul of motion. Now this one here might have added a little bit more ammo to what's going on, so I don't know. But I'm about to go and do a little more research, and I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna have this discussion again. Because I'm gonna come back with some other things that he was saying and talking about that really didn't make sense to me. And I want to make sure I say it the correct way. I don't want to be up here just talking to be talking, all of the above. But those few points that I just broke down to y'all, that's something enough to reevaluate the conversation that he was having. And that's not how you move when you are in a car. A lot of young boys need to understand that. When you're in a car, if it's yours, you don't stand around looking around. That means Thug was wrong for looking around. Like when they asking whose was it and knowing that it's his. So that means he was expecting Gunner to say it was his so he could get up out of that situation because he felt like he's the boss. Or should they have that discussion before they even drove off with having drugs in them in that car? And I'm hoping I'm not listening to a guy that's being selfish. And another thing people were saying, when you buy and do things for people, that ain't nothing you have to keep saying and throwing it out there. But I get where he coming from, man. I did this for you. I did that for you. Man, use my heart. Man, I wanted to make sure you were straight and all of the above. But people not looking at it that way. They looking at it, you just throwing at you want us to take sides with you because you saying what you bought. People want to hear you get to the point of why with Gunna and calling him out like that, and he's not even responded to it. And I'm sure he don't want to respond to it because he still got love for you and look up to you. But if he was brought in these situations and he was there as an artist, but he wasn't there, you need to utilize him when it's time to go outside and pow things and all that. If he wasn't into all of that, you should. He should be one to get a pass. Because also, him saying, if one of my people, if it was me, I'm putting myself in Thug's shoes. If one of my people went and took a plea and told them that my team, my record label is a gang just so he could get free, so be it. Not only that, he keeps saying it could have got him a life sentence. They said it was not. The jury was not even in there when he took his plea and said and announced to that, and they wouldn't let him use it in court. But he also said that they told him that what he do cannot hurt Thug, and that's the only reason why he did it also. So Thug been declining his calls, but inside of this conversation, he still was saying he haven't talked to him yet. Said his pops put him on three-way, tag both of them in the call, and he still didn't talk to him. He didn't really want to talk to him. But that was something that he should have wanted to talk to him and ask him, bro, why would you do it? But you saying it to the world, bro, why would you do it on this video or interview? But you needed to be asking him that. Maybe that'll give you some closure and let him break it down to you. Not answering his calls and ignoring them. That's not good. That don't make it right until you really talk to him and y'all have that one-on-one. But this is a deep one, man. But it give y'all a lot of cats. It give you a lot of y'all cats something to think about. This is what happens when y'all all get put in these scenarios. They separate everybody, want everybody to start talking, and Now everybody want to have their own opinion of how somebody's supposed to hold it down or hold it down. Y'all already supposed to have all these thoughts and movement together when you already know y'all out there wilding and in them streets doing what y'all do, knowing that one day this might come. All y'all might go down. But don't wait to the day of to get caught up, and now you can't really get over there to talk to your man. You don't know if you send him a kite, they might intercept it to see what you're saying. All of the above. Y'all, you got to be ahead of your game. Or the best thing is, don't even be doing none of that gang stuff if you out there with the wild and out and all that. But what I was saying also, I don't care if one of my mans did say YSL is a gang and I was the leader of the YSL gang. He said anything just so y'all could let him go. I have LLC. I have licenses for this label. That this is not a gang. This is a record label. So whatever y'all let him go, that's on y'all. But and if I was a juror and I heard somebody say, or I heard a prosecutor say, well, we gave him a plea deal. He admitted that when I asked him his YSL the gang, he said yes. In my mind, I'm gonna say, man, he'd say anything if y'all was gonna let him go. Is the sky raining ice cream? He gonna say yes. So that's my thought process. But I'm gonna do a little bit more research, man, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna have this conversation again, man. But I'm gonna have some more dialogue, intellect, dialogue of the actual conversation that him and Big Bay had, and we're gonna go over that. But for now, y'all drop some comments and let me know what y'all think about it. And if hit that like button for me too. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. If y'all new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification button. Cause we always gonna have a knowledgeable conversation when I come up here, man. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Cause I need to know. I want to hear some of y'all opinions from my knowledgeable people, man. So yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back, man. This one here got me wondering, man. And you know, I don't know whether to feel sorry for Thug or is he really trying to manipulate the audience. So I'm gonna sit back and do some more views on that one. And y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Your boy Big Boosie, man. And peace to everybody, sending that Cash App love. Thank y'all. That's what keep me motivating, keeping this motor running up in here, man. That's a fact. Peace.